guys is the best show we've ever had.
Oh
And I don't have to do anything. I just wind you guys up and let you go.
Hey man,
There are people going crazy on the live chat.
I believe it. I mean, we're just chopping it up, but
I don't know what this says for me, but that's all right.
Nah, it's all good. Zoe, let me ask you, what are you thinking about for this year? What do you think we're gonna do? What's like your initial impression, at least?
All right, this is me, and this is not me being, because I wouldn't have said this last year.
Okay.
When Mark Rick left, to me, it was we won a Super Bowl. Not that we won a Super Bowl. So I feel like there's only two teams on our schedule that has the talent that we have, and that is Florida and Florida State. I feel like we can. I'm not a big fan of Felipe, and I feel like we can beat Florida State. So if we don't step up against one of those two, 12-0, but I think we'll lose by at least 10 points, if not more, to Clemson.
I'm going to stop before Cam jumps in here just to let everyone know here that people are going nuts on the live chat. We've got 158 people on the line on YouTube. Tons of people are contributing, so thank you both very much. Appreciate that. I think I can go get a sandwich and turn the TV on and have a good time and let you guys just go to it.
I mean, this is what I've been wanting to talk with Cam for, and I know he's a very busy guy. And I work 10, 12 hours a day, so to actually get on here with him was like, my goodness gracious. Because somebody who know, like I say, for someone, I pick his brain all the time. People don't realize, like, anytime he's on this show, I'm sitting here or I'm reading his blog and I pick to see what I can add. And same thing with the hosting one.
Hey, so just don't forget to plug my channel because you plug it better than anybody. So just don't forget to do those plugs that are better than anybody.
I'm gonna continue. This is what started me. Mark came. I think I had like 400 subscribers. I hadn't even hit 1,000 yet. And Mark said, "Come on, do the show. I like what you're doing." Okay, and that was it for me, man. I'm like, wow, and just so. And me and Mark disagree on things on social media, and it's never a disagreement to where it's an argument. It's a disagreement, a different. And don't ever surround yourself around people who agree with you all the time because they'll make you dumb. That's one thing I love about Mark. He's corrected me on his show a couple of times. I'll be like, man, for real.
I mean, sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. So I mean, and we all gotta accept that, from time to time. So I hear you.
That's my place in life, Zoe. When it comes to college football, I correct people on here.
All right, you corrected me on Facebook too, so I guess Facebook, here, social media, hey, I just know it's coming now, so I just deal with it. I just deal with it now, man. And what amazes me is like most people can't come on my channel and correct me. He come on my channel and correct me. Everybody else I'm cursing out. They're like, you don't correct Mark. I mean, so what? He's different. I'm gonna start talking about his kids.
That's the best. His daughter came by when we recorded one time. She was in the background, so they had to have a quick conversation. But it's all good. I mean, I don't know about 12-0 about this year. Honestly, I need to see something from the offense first. I think that the defense is going to be stellar again. I think that there's going to be maybe a little bit of regression from the pass defense because we were number one in America last year, and you lose, Redwine, Johnson, and Jackson out of that secondary, even though you have, talented guys. So I would say, my early thought is, and again, Miami is going to be the most talented team on the field every week of the year, except for one, maybe two, depending on what you think about Florida State's roster. Florida, they have out-recruited us recently. I mean, it's not a big gap saying that they're more talented, but if you look up and down the roster, I would say slightly. Florida State, depending on what you think about them, especially on the lines, it's about the same. And then obviously, God willing, that we win the Coastal and we get back to, Charlotte to face Clemson. I mean, they're the biggest, baddest boys in town, on the entire block. So, I mean, right now, my gut says something like 9-3, maybe 10-2, just because I'll say it because of this. You got a young quarterback who's learning how to win. You got a young offense that's learning themselves in the scheme, and a younger defense. I mean, you still got guys up front, but the whole and Manny Diaz also as a head coach, you got multiple guys in new areas who are trying to win or trying to learn how to win in this new job. And I don't necessarily think that's going to come together in a 12-win season. But yo, if I'm wrong and you are right, I would love that.
You know what gets me is that what puts me at 12-0 is that, or 11-1. I don't think Florida and Florida State will beat us. I don't think both of them will be. I think Manny would have a brain aneurysm, and I just don't think. And like you said, we're more talented than everybody else. What has me convinced about Manny is that I booed the hire. I booed that hire, did not want it.
Why?
And because I was looking at Texas film.
Okay.
I was looking at Texas film. I was looking at, I wasn't looking at Mississippi State. I was looking at Texas film. So I booed the hire, and I apologized by week 3. I was sending my apology letter into the University of Miami about the hire. And then last year, I started campaigning for him as head coach in waiting. But I watched what he did his first year at Miami. And usually as a head coach, your best asset is your assistants. Dan Enos is a hell of an offense coordinator.
Absolutely.
Like you say, we're more talented than everybody except for maybe 1 or 2 teams. And that's where I came up with the 12-0, 11-1 at. That's not include AC. I don't believe we can beat Clemson, period. I mean, they mollywop Alabama. They're a different animal. I'm not even concerned about them right now. But if we lose to one team, it'll be one of those, and I don't think we'll lose again the rest of the season until the ACC championship game. Because we're just way more talented. And sometimes it's not just the talent, it's the dog mentality. And Manny Diaz is a dog. And he hired a bunch of dogs with him. And they're not going to sit there and say, be complacent, or no, when you mess up, they're going to let you know about it. And when you make a great play, they're going to let you know about it. And I'm 43 and I'm ready to play for him. I'll suit up for him and get hurt a couple times.
No, I mean, I agree with you on that. Like, I'm definitely hyped with the energy that they have. My counterpoint to what you said is I have not seen this team be mentally tough after a loss. I've not seen that in years. So if you
I've seen the defense do it.
Well, I've seen the yeah, but that's only part of the team.
That's
Special
what I'm saying.
team, offense, everybody got to do that. So I know that Manny has that mentality, but it takes a while for that to trickle down.
Or
you know what I mean? Like he has you and me, where it's like, okay, cool, I'll bounce back. Like, I'm about to be 38, you're 43. We've been through some stuff, we've seen some stuff. So our bounce back ability, our mental ability to bounce back is way different than 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Oh, I can agree with you 100%. But
that's where I think a loss might come, and it might, that next week it might beat you twice. Because if we lose to Florida State, we might come back that next week and let that game beat us again. That's what I'm talking about by seeing 2, maybe 3 losses, because I don't see that mental fortitude yet.
And see, I can agree with you on that, except for Manny. And the reason why I say this is our defense never had really a mental breakdown until like the end of the season since he's been there. Right. And you look at the year before with Mark D'Onofrio, our defense had mental breakdowns every quarter. Mm-hmm. I mean, so I just look at when he took over, when Manny and Mark took over with Brad Kaya there, we were considered our defense was supposed to be 2 years behind. Our defense took over from day one, and they were the ones having a mental collapse. So I just look at it as a standpoint of listening to Dan Enos, and those guys in Florida, those guys in South Florida, those are dogs, man, and they want to be let loose. I don't see no fear in those guys. I think Mark Richt held those guys back.
Absolutely, he did.
And he broke their spirit. And I think if their spirit isn't broken, I just don't see. Anytime they wanted to open it up, do you remember what was that West Virginia game when we started out with that read option, and I was killing him, and as soon as he went to the spread,
look, I was there in Orlando. I was sitting with my boy Lou. And he got really nice tickets for us in the front row. And I was screaming because they're giving us all these yards. They're playing way off of 82. They gave Amon Richards all the space because they knew they couldn't run with us. They couldn't hoop with us. They couldn't check us. And I said, look, run a stop route, run an under, run a drag, get Amon Richards the ball right now and watch what happens. And it took us into the middle of the second quarter, and they finally ran that drag under. And then he scored from like 70 yards. And I'm like, yo, they can't run with us, fam. Like, it's just, it's the same thing that we should have been doing to Wisconsin, and we were doing until those interceptions these last couple of years. You know what I mean? But yeah, they want to be let loose. They want to run faster and everything. And I believe that the scheme on offense is going to take them that way. But to me, it's a different thing because I know that the defense has that mentality that you're talking about with Manny Diaz. The offense, I still need it to trickle down. You know, it's like you know, when you put sugar in tea, in unsweetened tea, and you know how it kind of goes and it takes a little while before it starts to go through. That's what I think this dog mentality is doing on offense. It's at the top and it's starting to get to a couple little parts and pieces all the way through, but it needs to really be all up in there like it's sweet tea. It needs to be all mixed together where everybody has that mentality. And I don't see that. And we haven't had an ability to see that because the team has not been on the field yet either. So that's, at least for me, what is kind of sticking in my brain is a part of the problem. Because, yeah, Manny Diaz is the one who's pushing that mentality. But until you go out there and because the defense came out when Manny Diaz first came as defensive coordinator, and they were hitting the offense in the mouth. You know what I mean? So then those guys hit him and said, oh, shoot, all right, we got that. Where's the offense going to get that from? Who's going to run? DJ Dallas, is he going to run somebody over? Is Jeff Thomas going to leave somebody in the dust and go score? Like, what's going to be the play that shows them, yo, we them dudes?
Jeff
because
Thomas.
The defense, when they hit somebody, they got that. The offense, I haven't seen that yet.
I'm gonna tell you the guy I'm gonna expect the biggest explosive play from, and this is what I love about the game going against Florida, is because there is no Florida week 1, there is no we're gonna prepare against Savannah State to get ready. No, you going in, then you have to be ready